Ronaldo didn't appear at the press conference, but he is training now with his teammates, and it feels like we haven't actually spoken about football yet when it comes to Portugal. Bruno Fernandez was asked, is he uncomfortable with Cristiano Ronaldo, given they were teammates at Manchester United, but Ronaldo had said such disparaging things about the club, which put United in an awkward situation, really tarnished them. And now he has to play alongside him, and he said, no, Ronaldo's an idol. It's been a pleasure to link up with him for the national team and at United. And the focus of this group is purely on putting on a good show in this World Cup. And they believe that they can actually go all the way. Ronaldo mentioned that as well. He's fully ambitious. He's desperate to get this trophy. Now, I've said we've not really spoken about football when it comes to Portugal. And we haven't had the chance to say, really, that they've been so inconsistent. We don't know what to expect from them. They can go from scorching Czech Republic to struggling against Ireland. They're incredible in attack at moments, but so nervous defensively. There's also a debate back in Portugal about whether to stick with this generation. Ronaldo said it's the golden generation. He believes that this group here that you watching train, that they have what it takes to be World Cup winners. Back in Portugal, there's a suggestion that this group is aging. There's just too much legs in it. They requires freshness. Portugal has incredible talent coming through, and they should be building for the future and turning to that new generation. But I can understand why there's so much confidence from this team in their abilities. Look at the amount of players they have and the quality. There's no Diego Jota, which is a shame because of his scintillating form for both club and country. But they can count on Bernardo Silva, who is so instructive and important for Manchester City. You've got Ruben Diaz, João Cancelo, just a flurry of world-class talent in the squad. But, of course, their campaign, their preparations, all of that has been dominated by Ronaldo and talk of that explosive interview he gave and the aftermath of that. So it's unfortunate for his teammates that they've all had to feel these questions, but the reason that's been the case is the timing Ronaldo chose. And, he was asked if he regrets it because it has sort of damaged Portugal's preparations in a big way. As we said, the coach face palming because it's been such a distraction, all these questions. And yet there is a sense still that when the first game actually happens, when they kick off against Ghana tomorrow, that perhaps the question marks won't be over Ronaldo and what happens next for him now that his contract with Manchester United has been terminated, that the focus can really be on what this Portugal team can deliver. We must remember, this is Ronaldo's last World Cup. Now, in the last few days, we've been referencing the fact that it's also Leo Messi's final World Cup. And there is really a desire to see one of them lift this trophy. And Argentina had all this calm about them, and they were billed as favourites, and we saw what happened to them against Saudi Arabia. Portugal are really, really keen and determined to not let that Ronaldo sideshow, call it a sideshow, but it has been front and centre, disrupt their campaign. They need to be on it against Ghana, and we'll see how they get on tomorrow.
We're just very keenly watching these pictures that are coming from your camera, Melissa, of the rondo, the training session here that is in progress, and very much the camera lens trained on Cristiano Ronaldo. We will, I would imagine, at some point hear from him again, though. When will that most likely be, Melissa?
Well, as often is the case on match day -1 before the major games, the captains tend to speak. Now, Ronaldo didn't do so today. Probably he didn't want to answer questions about his contract being mutually terminated with Manchester United. As we know, there was no payoff involved there, so United saving about £16 million off their wage bill. And the idea of not facing those questions meant that Bruno Fernandez had to deal with it anyway. But remember, to be fair to Ronaldo, he did front up earlier on in the week. Now there's going to be mix zones, rights holders interview access, so there's no way he can swerve press for the entirety of the tournament. Although I think what he wants to happen is the next time he speaks, for the focus to be on what is happening here with the national team, how far they can go in the tournament, and, you know, hopefully for him, how well he has been playing and Portugal have been playing, rather than what next. And to be honest, I think Cristiano Ronaldo might not have that answer yet as to, you know, where his next destination will be. In the summer, it was only an offer from Saudi Arabia that materialized. He does think that being a free agent will give him more control over his future and will invite more suitors. So that theory has to be tested. We will wait and see.